Hello and welcome to my channel, Beardy Vlogger. Today I'm going to be doing a 6-month beard trim for you guys. It's actually closer to like 6.5, almost 7-month beard trim. I don't actually usually carry my beard this long. I just did it for a time-lapse video that I recorded, where I recorded a couple seconds each day to give kind of like the illusion that my beard is growing as I talk. I'll put that in a card here for you guys if you want to check out that video. But today, we're going to trim off the beard. And by trim off, I mean trim down. So today we're going to trim down the beard. What I like to use is the Brio Beardscape. I always trim without a guard. It's always scary. It always makes me a little bit nervous. So enjoy that, and we're just gonna get right started. The first thing I like to do is, actually I just did a mustache trim, but the video got messed up because I was using a mirroring app. So unfortunately you guys aren't gonna see that video, I don't think. It looks like only half of it works. I'll see what happens with that. Let's get into the trim. So the thing that I like to do first is trim off the mustache, which I've already done. I like to just kind of trim it just above the lip, in the lip area, and I like to keep I like to keep everything on the side here nice and long still, so it can kind of just blend into the beard and be its own thing. Alright guys, I'm going to try to do this in a way that you can see it, so but I do need to, it's important that I can see what I'm doing, so if you don't see everything, I apologize. I'm just going to start with the side here. What I like to do is just get rid of all this, a lot of the hair that's kind of like puffing out here, and I like to create kind of like sharp lines on the side here as well. So I usually just take, maybe we'll start with that. I usually just take like a comb and I put it over here kind of as a guard, and then anything beside it I just shave down. Just gonna put this here to create that nice straight line, and then we're just gonna cut everything very right down. So that creates kind of like a nice straight line there. And we're gonna do the exact same thing for the other side as well. This mirror thing is always tricky for me. I never know where I'm actually cutting, so I tend not to turn the Brio on until I know for sure that I'm cutting the right way. And I like to use the comb kind of as a guard. The comb kind of as a guard to not accidentally cut the entire beard off. That may or may not have happened before. So now I'm just gonna take down a little bit off the side over here, just get rid of some of the wispiness there. And again, without a guard. The important thing when you're going without a guard is to not do too much. And just go little bits at a time. Comb it out, see how it looks. The other thing that's important when you're trimming your beard is trim it how you wear it. So if you're always straightening your beard, then straighten your beard before you trim your beard, because if you trim your beard when it's like, I guess scrunched up like this, if you have a curly beard like me, then you straighten it, it's gonna look completely different. So we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. I don't want to take down too much, so I'm just gonna leave it as it is. It's probably not perfect, but you can see that it is less poofy on this side than it is on this side. I'm gonna take a little bit off here too. And that's just to get rid of kind of that wispiness. So not a lot of hair is in the sink right now. And then what I want to do is I want to take a little bit of length off as well. And this thing has been bugging me here for so long. I don't know if I should keep it as part of the beard, but both sides of my beard have this like rogue hair here that you can see that it just kind of, it always wants to do this. And I have to use quite a bit of balm to get it to kind of stay into the beard. So I'm debating whether or not I should cut that, and like how the beard would still look if I did that. and I'm just not confident that it would look good unless I take off a lot of length. So I'm just gonna leave that for now. If you look at the beard from the side, so I'm gonna switch it so I can see what you're seeing now, but there's this kind of straightness to my beard that I like to keep. And that's to make sure that all the hairs are kind of properly in behind each other so that you don't get this like translucent beard. So it's very important that you don't just like cut straight into your beard, because that's just not how your hair grows with the neck and everything like that. So you kind of want to go with this line, this existing line that's already here. So that's what I'm going to do. Oh god. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do, and we're just going to take a little bit off at a time. I'm going to try to go in at it straight. Okay, so now we're gonna stop and we're just gonna see how it looks. What do you guys think? Let's have a look here. It looks like fairly even what I took off. It still looks kind of straight, so I don't think I messed up too much. I think this side is a little bit longer. I do want to take off quite a bit of length, guys, so this isn't me like nitpicking right now and being like, oh, this side's a little bit longer, and just like cutting it down to like super short because of that. The intent is to cut short today, but I want to do it in small little phases here so that I do have the ability to correct if I have to. So we're going to take just a little bit more off again. And again, I'm just trying to cut that same line that's already there. So now I think I'm going to take a little bit of this wisp off over here on this side. I think I took it off a little bit on this side. So we're going to take care of this wisp that I was talking about earlier. I'm just going to cut it right like so. And that does feel like it created a bit of a sharp line there, but I'm just going to leave it, because I think if I start tinkering now, I'm just gonna end up cutting off the whole beard. So we're gonna do the same thing on this side. I'm just gonna get rid of that wispiness that I don't like. So that kind of took care of that hair that keeps wanting to come out here. I think I did a little bit better job on this one, kind of curving it a little bit as I go. So lessons to learn. And now I think I want to take about another ½ an inch to an inch off. So here we go. Try to keep it straight here still. A little bit at a time. So again, even though I want to take off like another inch or so, it's easier to correct when it's longer. So what I'm doing is I'm just doing smaller little bits at a time, so that when I see kind of these imperfections that I'm not liking in this trim, that I can then balance it out before I take more length off. But in balancing out, I'm taking more length off. So rather than going in and immediately trying to trim off like 2 inches, it's always better to do a little bit of a time like this. getting rid of that wisp there again. There's a little bit more that was... Okay, I'm getting nitpicky now. I'm gonna stop. Alright, so let's take some more length off, guys. I think this is relatively even. I'm starting to get super itchy now. We're gonna take a little bit more length off. So you'll see right now that there's a bit of a angle over here going on. It's not exactly straight, and it looks like this side's a little bit sharper and this one's a little bit rounder. So I'm going to try to round this side off now a little bit without really taking much off in length. Comb it out again. I still feel like this left side is just a little bit longer than the right side. I think it's just this piece right here. Alright guys, I'm not going to touch it anymore. I think I'm just going to keep it the way it is. I'm not 100% satisfied with it. But when you start being really nitpicky, that's when things go really wrong, as I've learned from the past. So I'm just going to leave this the way it is right now. You might feel that this is good. It looks nice. It was a nice trim. I feel like there is still some areas of improvement. This is only like my 5th or 6th time doing this, to be honest, trimming down kind of like a longer beard. So we're just gonna leave it for now. I might go in and do some slight modifications. We'll be making a video of that. But essentially this is how you go from a longer beard to a shorter beard. Always do it in small pieces because you will regret it if you try to take off something like 2 or 3 inches at a time. Thanks for watching guys, and we'll see you next week.